Hey guys, Erica with the K here. Today's video is going to be on how I touch up my balayage ombre at home. Just so you guys know, in the video my mouth is moving a lot because I was actually on the phone with my husband. So if you're daring enough and silly enough to do this while you're talking to somebody on the phone, then you're my kind of gal. So please enjoy the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks. Bye. So I wanted to make this video as doable as possible, so I picked up the Color Brilliance from Sally's. It's a 10-minute color, and I picked up 8N and I picked up 6N, and I used that with 40 volume, also from Sally's, for sensitive scalp. This is me brushing through my hair. It's very naughty because I never brush through my hair. You need a comb that has a thin end, which you would always use for highlighting your hair. The thickness of the end of the comb depends on your preference. So you pretty much just section it. That's called a slice, what I just did, and now I'm weaving through the slice that I did. I never start with the front piece. I never highlight that first. I always do the one right behind it, which is what you see me doing right now, mainly because I have naturally very dark hair, as you can tell, and I just think that it just looks better against the face when it's not that first piece. So I put the 8N with the 40 volume on that piece, and I folded it up so it doesn't touch anything else. I again sliced this, as you can see, then I weave through it. Well, first I have to get the perfect slice, and then I weave through it, and I put a piece of foil on the back, and I use the piece, you know, I leave some hair in between, and again, like I said, I put the foil there. Then I used 8N again because 8N is lighter than 6N, and I wanted the lightness closer to around my face. Later on you'll see that I used the 6N. I use most of the color, like I mix most of the color, but you definitely don't need it because you're just going in with like random weaves. So it really doesn't take up that much color. So probably if you have hair thickness like mine, which is like medium to kind of fine hair, then you could just use like a quarter of a tube of each, the 6N and the 8N. Yeah, so now I'm weaving again. As you can see, it's not perfect because I'm doing it on myself, but then again, it is a balayage ombre, so it doesn't have to be perfect as it would if it was foils. As you can tell, I am ripping the foils in half. That's just my preference because I like to save money on my foils. I know they're not expensive, but that's just me. I'm doing it on my own head. My hair is not that long, so I did half a foil, and again, I'm just saturating that piece. I'm not being too perfect because it is an ombre and it doesn't have to be perfect, and that's the beauty of the balayage ombre. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are thinking like, why are you doing this in foils when it's balayage? But balayage actually is just a French word that means hand painting. So pretty much the only thing is that you're supposed to be painting it on the hair. So that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm just doing it in a foil instead of using the plastic wrap or cotton balls. I'm just doing it like this. So now this piece I'm using the 6N on, which is a little bit darker, and I am not going all the way up because that's the way the balayage looks. It's supposed to be sun-kissed, and not all of it goes, you know, not all the color goes all the way up to the roots, otherwise that would just be highlights. So that's what I did on that one. And now I'm going to start on the sides of my hair. The sides are very important. Again, you slice it, then you weave it, then you put the foil there, and then I used 8N on the sides because again it's around my face, so I wanted it to be a little bit lighter. As I did in the front, I left that one that was closest to my face out, and now I'm kind of cheating. So normally you wouldn't jump in and like do this right away, you would slice another one down, but I'm kind of cheating just because again it is balayage and it's an ombre and it's whatever I feel like doing, so that's what I'm doing. Now I'm doing the same for the other side. I sliced first, then I weaved in the slice, and I'm using the 8N. If you haven't already noticed, when I put the color on my new growth, I don't touch the part that's already light, the part that's already highlighted, mainly because 8N and 6N are darker than the color that's currently on my N, and I'm just using the 6N and the 8N as a transitional color, and I'm not using it to completely lighten my hair to that color. So there literally is no need to put that color back on the ends unless you wanted to darken the ends up a little bit, and in which case you wouldn't be using 40 volume, you'd be using something like 10 volume or 20 volume. But again, that is totally irrelevant because that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to just do a transitional color from my really dark roots to my really light ends. And so now we're going back to the top of the head, and again I'm going to be using 6N and 8N, and we're just going to be alternating. And I'm going to be alternating in placement. Some of them are a little bit closer to the roots, and some of them are a little bit down the hair shaft. And that's pretty much it. Now I'm checking. This is 10-minute color, so I'm checking to see if they're ready, and they are. And this is the end result. I am super happy with it. I hope you guys love it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.